the chief of police,
Yeah.
they assign this and they say it's a suicide.
Yeah. You know what?
That's what they say, that it's a suicide.
Even when they went there were evidences of both homicide and suicide. They chose to pick up suicide. Within 20 minutes, police declared it's a suicide. Right?
Within 20 minutes, they say it's a suicide.
They came out at 2:20 or something. The same officer, Wong, he told me, ma'am, you should be with your family. You should go home. We will inform you in 5-6 hours. Now that I see him touching everything, I suspect they didn't want me to be there because I was seeing everything they were doing. Are they watching the CCTV camera? What are they doing? Though I was not allowed inside, I was sitting outside and watching for 3 hours a day.
How are you able to see what they're doing?
We saw the body cam footage, right?
Oh, you saw it afterwards, is what you're saying. I got it. So after he tells, you see the body cam of talking about this is a homicide, this could possibly be a homicide. When was that and what time was that?
It was on 26 November. It's between 1:09 p.m. and 1:20 or 1:30.
And at that point, you're outside the apartment.
I'm outside. I don't know anything.
Is this when you're going around talking to people by the apartment, asking people, did you see anything? Did you hear anything?
Yes.
That video, because I've seen that. Okay, we've seen that. So, okay. And I'm also hearing that the camera of the elevator, one of them wasn't working.
Yes.
Okay. The camera in the garage wasn't working. The camera of the next door apartment wasn't working during that time, the CCTV, for whatever reason.
Yes.
And what's interesting about this apartment, if we can pull it up, we looked at the address. It is a very nice property. It's got 330 units. It's the Holland residential. It's got a rooftop lounge. It's got a private lounge. It was built in 2016, so it's not like it's something that's old. It's high end. I think the rent to get for the apartment that he had was like $44.99 a month or $4,500 a month. So you're not looking at something that's just a regular property. Can you go to the clip of the side, Rob, that you were on MapQuest, that you were showing what it was? Yeah, if you can, and maybe even if you can show, so if you can go there to the side, if you can do the street view. You had it earlier, Rob.
Right there.
Okay. So can you go to the apartment, actual apartment? Is that the...
Yeah, that's the
This looks like the 4A. Hold on one second. I'll get to the street view.
So this looks like a nice area.
It does actually. And it's a gated community, but what police wrote in the report, there's only one entrance. We've seen the CCTV footage. No one came in, no one came out. So they called it suicide. But the fact is, they have ignored there is one more camera in the back door. And one more door in the back door. And that doesn't have the camera. Anyone could come in easily. And also the most strangest thing is November 14th, a week before the murder, camera in the elevator was disconnected.
Why?
That is what we want FBI to investigate. We don't want to make any theories. We are concerned about it.
Have you asked the property owner to see why the camera was disconnected?
They're not talking to us now. They say, come through your attorney. And our attorney believes even if we ask them, they're not going to answer us because we need to get subpoenas and all that.
Is there security on the property all the time or no?
Yes, there is security on the property. We have talked to him also.
And has he spoken? Has he said anything or no?
He said, we didn't know at that point of time that police had come at 4:30 p.m. He was the one who told, yes, I saw someone coming, and then 911 call, and I saw like there was a fire engine and a police car and all that. He said, he talked about my son, and he said, I've seen him going very fast out of the complex, riding his motorcycle. He was very humble, very polite, very respectful.
And so at this time, when do they come and tell you, and how did they tell you what happened? The first time you find out, how did that happen?
I found out at 3:20 p.m. the same day, and they're not telling me anything. All I know is they just said, go home. And I said, I refuse to. I have no idea my son is like this. I went and had my lunch. When I say I'll go for lunch, I saw the disgust in the lady officer's face. I was stressed out. I didn't pay attention to it. But when I went and started eating, I realized I threw the sandwich halfway through and I ran back to the complex to see what happened. By then, from her one expression, I was worried. Around 3:20 p.m., I saw a big van coming, and it was not an ambulance. That itself struck an alarm in me. I ran to that ambulance, saw a stretcher come out that didn't look like the ambulance stretcher. And I checked with them, what is the stretcher for? What are you doing here? They said, we've come to pick up a dead body. That's when I got it. I called my husband. He's not ready to believe it.
Okay, so you find out. So you don't even find out from the cops. You find out from the white van, whoever it is that's working there, that they're here to pick up a dead body. Do they know you're the mother yet?
They didn't know I'm the mother. They would not have told if police did not tell me until they completed the investigation. They took the body away. These were the medical examiner investigators who were coming in. Unofficially, I went and talked to one of them. They told me there's a dead body we need to pick up. But police hadn't told me till then.
So they tell you it's a dead body you got to pick up. Who are you going to next? Are you going to the cops and saying, hey, why is he telling me it's a dead body? Who are they picking? What is your next?
Police were inside. I couldn't talk to anyone. Of course, I would collapse, right? It's very shocking. I called my husband. I called two of my best friends. And I asked one of them to come there because it was incredibly shocking for me. And they said, wait there, ma'am. Around 4 o'clock, they said, they came out. And Corey Valeti, he said, please wait inside the leasing office. They'll come and talk to you. And the police also said, wait inside, ma'am. We'll come and talk to you. Around 4:05 or 4:10, medical examiner investigator, he comes and he tells the death news to me. That's the official death news.
Okay, so at 1:09 to 1:20, you have footage of the officers talking to each other saying this is probably homicide. 2 hours later, at 3:20, 3:30, the white van shows up. You come back from lunch. You can't even eat the sandwich. You throw it away. Then they tell you, ma'am, we're here to pick up a dead body. And they weren't supposed to tell you because that's not their job to do. If they knew you were the mother, they wouldn't tell you.
Exactly.
Right. So now you're there. They're saying it's a suicide. Your next move is to hire your own private investigator because is that what you're thinking at that moment? I mean, what's the next step for you?
At the very moment when the medical examiner investigator told he shot himself, it's a suicide. At the moment I raised them, Suchir was a whistleblower. A month ago, his whistleblowing interview came in New York Times. He just brushed it aside. He only wanted to know, did he commit suicide anytime before? Did he attempt any time? Was he depressed? Do you see anything alarming? I said no for everything. But in the medical examiner's autopsy report, he blames me that mother said her son was depressed because he was unemployed. It's a very personal information. How did they even know he was unemployed? That's my question to them. I never said anything to them. And Suchir had job offer for 850,000 to 1.5 million.
From what month is that he had the 850 to 1.5?
That was sometime in September.
Oh, Rob, if we have to show that. So that's an email, like a documentation showing our offer to you is 850 to 1.5 million.
Yes, it's an email that's saying, like, will you work for us? There are so many other emails. I can show many of them to build credibility that he was not worried about this.
That's big right there to show. So they can't use that he was unemployed and it's because he's under stress and that's what it is. What else? And by the way, why were they so quick to say it was a suicide?
That's the question for them. No, that itself is a, like alarming red flag for us because they were only supposed to say gunshot wound in the death certificate. They made a determination next day it's a self-inflicted gunshot wound. They didn't do any autopsy. They released the body. We hired an attorney. Attorney said, I know the medical examiner director. Let me talk to him. Next morning, they called and said, no, they haven't done the autopsy. They just took the CT scan, released the body. Protocols were not followed. First and foremost, when they took the body, the medical examiner investigator is not a doctor. He cannot tell the cause of death. That is self-inflicted, right? He cannot make a decision. He made a decision. It's a suicide right there. Were they told to tell this?
There's no suicide note. Anything
There's no
found
suicide
there.
note. How did
How
they
they
say
can
that?
decide on their own?
So this takes me to when Epstein was found dead in a cell. You had the 2 cameras weren't outside the cell, were not working, they were malfunctioning. The camera had unusable footage. The other cameras, the backup cameras, the footage of the cellmate's cell was lost. Nothing was there. So it gets people to question certain instances where maybe they don't want to show something and who was involved with that. By the way, the chief of police, Rob, can you see who he is and who he's affiliated to, tied to? What's his relationship with Altman and who is the William Scott? Can you go to his? Is that the chief of police on? Is he the chief of police, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. So can you go to his Wikipedia if you don't mind, if he has one? Go a little bit to see if there's anything there.
There is a San Francisco, from
Well,
the San
let's see this
Francisco
if you don't mind.
Police
So this is William Scott.
Yes.
San Francisco Chief of Police was sworn in by Mayor Edley on January after serving 25. He has been focused on implementing 21st century reforms. Chief Scott's reform efforts has been nationally recognized. The reform project was the Department of Justice reform recommendations on April 1st while working to establish violent crimes. Okay, so is there anything about him, Rob? Grew up Alabama. Well, who is he tied to?
I do have one finding. I'll share with you.
Please.
It's on my Twitter message. Somebody said 1 week before my son's death, someone from the government office, he's the one, I don't remember the name of the designation, he's the one who makes the budget for police. He praised Sam Altman a lot.
He praises Sam Altman a lot.
1 week before.
Who's that?
Someone from the police department, one who makes the budget. I probably don't remember his designation. That says a lot to us, right?
I don't know. The mayor, Rob, can you see if the mayor has any link to Sam Altman?
Absolutely. They're close buddies. They knew before itself. And the mayor went to Sam Altman's new data center inauguration. They are and Sam Altman was on the transition team for the mayor of San Francisco. By then, already.
Yeah, that's very strange to me. Okay, so from January 15th, where you did the public interview with Tucker, till today, it's been over 2 months. What new findings have you? Yes, San Francisco Daniel has established connection with OpenAI Sam Altman November 2024, shortly after his election. Lurie appointed Altman as one of the 7 co-chairs of his transition team. This team was tasked with the guiding of his new administration on addressing the city's challenges. But when is that? November what? Because is that November 5th? Is that November 18th or November 27th? Because November 17th? That's a week. That's 5 days before. Nowadays, more than ever, the brand you wear reflects and represents who you are. So for us, if you wear a Future Looks Bright hat or a Valuetainment gear, you're telling the world, I'm optimistic. I'm excited about what's going to be happening, but you're a free thinker. You question things. You like debate. And by the way, last year, 120,000 people got a piece of Future Looks Bright gear with Valuetainment. We have so many new things. The cufflinks are here. New Future Looks Bright. This is my favorite, the green one. Just yesterday, somebody placed an order for 100 of these. If you watch the PBD podcast, you got a bunch to choose from. White ones, black ones. If you smoke cigars and you come to our cigar lounge, we have this high quality lighter cutter and a holder for the cigars. We got sweaters with the Valuetainment logo on it. We got mugs. We got a bunch of different things. But if you believe the future looks bright, if you follow our content and what we represent with Valuetainment, with PBD Podcast, go to vtmerch.com. And by the way, if you order right now, there's going to be a special VT gift inside just for you. So again, go to vtmerch.com, place your order, tell the world that you believe the future looks bright. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.